Addiction is a lie. It promises instant gratification, but delivers a constant chase. It makes you do all these sorts of crazy, selfish, ridiculous acts and thinks that you're justified for it because the crazy way that it affects your mind and puts you in this fog, but it doesn't have to be like that forever. It is a literal demon that makes you do all sorts of crazy acts and crazy decisions. For me, that chase started in 9th grade when I got arrested for Oxys in school, and it took a hold my entire life until I lost everything and everyone, and I just was left with absolutely nothing. And if you are exhausted by that chase like I am, and if you are consumed by that constant need, that constant, screaming in your brain that you need something, I want you to know that you're not alone. My name is Devin, and I am also in recovery from substance abuse, and I want to try and share some of my stories, some of the things that I've learned through the midst of addiction and, early recovery, to try and just be a, light for those struggling in the dark. I just want to provide a bit of hope for some that are trapped in that constant, never-ending cycle of addiction. And we can't continue to have that constant social stigma attached to it that keeps everybody so quiet and so, isolated from everyone else because, of the person that addiction turns you into. And I get that, addiction's terrible. It turns you into a completely different person than who you really are. But man, I want you to know that it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to stay that way. Tomorrow is always a new day. I was as absolutely low as you could possibly go. That's why I'm sharing all of this with you, because I want you guys to know that it doesn't matter how low that you got. It doesn't matter whatever it is that you've done, as long as you learn from it and continue to make tomorrow a new day and just keep moving forward in life. It doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to make you who you are or make you that person forever. Because I genuinely didn't think that I would ever live to see the day that I was sober, that I was, living my life without at least drinking. It just helped my social anxiety in such an enormous way that nothing else really does. I genuinely didn't think for the longest time that I would live to see the day to be where I'm at now. And I still am very much so in the beginning of my journey. But it started young as hell, me drinking and smoking weed and all that when I was younger. The party phase started really young, where I was going back and forth to Seaside on a regular basis, and I ended up escalating as far as to doing dope and meth, and I lost literally everything. Everyone. I just know how it is to feel like you're so far gone. How the fuck could I ever get my life back? I really do understand the terrible constant cycle. I was ready to die. I genuinely was. For most of my life, I kind of built a weird relationship with death. Both my parents are disabled. My mom has cerebral palsy, and my dad broke his back, then his shoulder rotator cuff. And I worked in nursing homes from quite a young age, and I just saw death. And plus, a few unfortunate deaths from people that died way too soon. I just saw death. I had a weird relationship with it. I wasn't afraid of it. I didn't want to see old age. I knew I was living such a reckless life that I just truly didn't think I'd live to make it out of that. And I just didn't see the significance in so much of life. I didn't see why so much of it mattered and how it was going to affect my future and all this, because I didn't really think I'd have one, truthfully. I wanted to make it past my mom because she didn't deserve any of this. She is one of the most strong, beautiful, resilient women I've ever met, and she didn't deserve any of the shit that I put her through. Couldn't stand the thought of her losing me before she was gone. And I came very close to a point where I did not think that was even going to be the case, truthfully. And guys, I'm telling you, with the way the world is going these days with AI and, how it's just booming in front of all of us, we're all entering this frontier together where anyone can create anything at their fingertips with very little effort. And it's getting to the point where it's getting to be indistinguishable from reality. And we can't be going through this fucked up, guys. There's never been a better time in this world to want to actually get your shit together, because I can't imagine what I would be buying into and believing if I was still in the midst of addiction, because even just as a sober mind, it's hard to know what's real from what's fake. If we can create anything at our fingertips, imagine what the government can do. And the deception is so real. It's everywhere, guys. it's never been so prevalent. And guys, I really just think that we got to stick together in this. We can't, it's so isolating and so lonely being stuck in addiction. We have to try and speak out and try it and be a voice for those who are still struggling and just need a little support and to know that they're not alone. Because I promise it can get better. You know, my two beautiful puppos here. It's Mr. Odin and Mr. Loki. I would love to have them be a part of my channel as well. I really want to make this into something. So if you guys are vibing with me, if you resonated with anything that I've said in today's video, please give me your feedback, comment, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Let me know, what you're feeling, because I would really appreciate the input. I go so back and forth with my head about recording and starting this to begin with. I wanted to do AI for a long time, especially when I busted my face, which is looking great. I gave myself kind of permission to start doing this AI thing, and it's just not working for me. It's just not coming out how I want it to. It's, addiction is such a human problem that we just need to, I can't get it across with AI like I want to. It's just not working. Maybe I'll incorporate it in other ways and all that, but I just figure I have to start doing this. I have to start recording because I really do want this channel to be something. I really do think I could help in even the slightest way just by letting people know that there is a future if you want it. And if you're still here, something tells me that you do. And also, guys, after I share some of the things that I've been through, I want to try and share your story as well. I want this to be a place where it's a safe space for those who have been through hell and back to come and tell us how it was that you pulled yourself out of it and how you continue to do so, because addiction is an ever-going struggle. And, I just really think that this could be something. I hope so. But I really want to hear you guys' feedback as well. So please, if you resonated with any of this, or if you think somebody else could use to hear it, please share it, comment, all that good stuff. But this is it for today's video, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless. Boy.